everyone, it's your student teacher Angel and welcome for today's discussion. On Unit 3, From Framework to Practice, the teacher role in the Philippine curriculum implementation with the special focus on curriculum implementation in the Philippine context, which is the researches on curriculum development, local and foreign or international.
But before that, we will read first our learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, students shall be able to explain how the K-12 curriculum was developed in the Department of Education's vision for learners, evaluate the effectiveness of curriculum implementation strategies, recognize the importance of a relevant and adapted curriculum for student development.
The topic that I'll discuss in local or basic education curriculum 2002 and basic education curriculum K-12.
But first, what is curriculum development?
So curriculum development is a planned, thoughtful, and deliberate course of action that ultimately enhances the quality and impact of the learning experience for students. Meaning, it is carefully planning a student's learning journey to make it better and more impactful, ensuring they reach their educational goals. So, it includes the development and organization of learning activities designed to meet intended learning outcomes. So, this means creating and structuring learning activities like projects or discussions to help students achieve specific goals or outcomes. Now let's proceed to the Basic Education Curriculum 2002. The K-12 program was created by carefully examining the old education system from 1997, keeping in mind global trends and the situation in the Philippines. The Department of Education wants students to be well-rounded with practical skills for life and appreciation of arts and sports and strong values such as patriotism, compassion, environmental consciousness, and faith in God. So these are the parameters of Basic Education Curriculum 2002. First, we have objectives. So the goals of curriculum are stated as competencies, which means what students should be able to know, do, and feel or value. In simpler terms, it's about making sure students not only learn facts but also develop practical abilities and positive values. Second, we have the content. This means using different tools and materials to teach, like books, videos, computers, and real-life examples to make learning more interesting and effective. The third one is materials. Of course, teachers should use materials that engage different senses like sight, hearing, touch, taste to help students learn better. No? Then lastly, we have the teaching learning process. Instead of just seeing students as people who are being taught, teachers should view them as active partners in the learning process. This means involving students, encouraging them to ask questions, and valuing their contributions. Now let's proceed to the Basic Education Curriculum K-12. The curriculum wasn't created overnight. It was developed through the process of review and change. It started with looking the old curriculum in 1997, considering what's happened in education around the world and what the Philippines really needs. The Department of Education wants every student to be able to use what they learn in real life, have skills for everyday situations, appreciate art and sports, and have good values like being patriotic, humane, environmentally conscious, and God-fearing. Now, let's proceed to the salient features of K-12 curriculum. Universal kindergarten strengthens early childhood education by providing young children with quality preschool. This program offers at least 1 year of preschool, focusing on social, emotional, cognitive, and physical development to prepare children for formal schooling. By fostering basic skills and positive social behaviors, Universal kindergarten eases the transition to primary school, often supported by governments to give every child a strong start. So next, we have making curriculum relevant to learners. This means connecting what students learn in school to their own lives and experiences by using local examples and adding topics that matter to them. So next is building proficiency or mother tongue-based multilingual education. So mother tongue-based multilingual education builds proficiency by teaching students in their native language, especially early on while introducing additional languages, recognizing that children learn best in familiar language. MTB-MLE starts with the mother tongue to build a strong foundation in literacy and comprehension, facilitating the learning of other languages like Filipino and English. This approach aims to develop fluency in multiple languages, enhancing overall learning and communication skills. Next is ensuring integrated and seamless learning or spiral progression. So spiral progression ensures integrated learning by revisiting basic concept repeatedly with increasingly complexity. Instead of learning a topic once, students revisit it at different grade levels, building on prior knowledge. So this depends understanding and reveals connections between concepts, creating a seamless learning experience to climbing a spiral staircase to higher levels. And then we have gearing up for the future, nurturing the holistically. So this means preparing students for tomorrow by helping them grow in academics, health, emotions, social skills, and values so they can confidently face future challenges. And lastly, develop Filipino or college and livelihood readiness 21st century skills. Preparing a college and livelihood ready Filipino with 21st century skills means equipping students for success after high school. This involves providing the knowledge and skills for higher education or careers, alongside essential abilities like critical thinking, problem solving, communication, collaboration, and creativity. So the goal is to ensure students are well prepared to pursue their chosen paths and contribute to society in today's dynamic world. So we are done on the curriculum development in local. Now let's move on to the curriculum development in foreign or international. So the topics that I'm going to tackle about are internationalization, internationalization for faculty, internationalization for students, and internationalization for the institutions. But first, let's define what is internationalization. So internationalization is an undeniable characteristic of contemporary society. Nagkalat siya nearby every aspect of global culture. While small, niche organization is strictly local environments are rare. Large organizations that haven't crossed borders in their operations are even harder to find. So mahirap siyang hanapin. So that is internationalization. Now let's proceed to the previous calls for reforms. So according to Scorman 2000, for a school to become more international, it needs a solid plan that touches all part of the institution. This plan focuses on three key things. First, we have the school must be fully dedicated to the idea of internationalization. Second, the leaders of the school need to actively support and push for these international efforts. And third, the school needs to have enough resources like money and staff to make these international activities happen. So without these three elements, it's hard for a school to truly embrace internationalization. Now, let's move on to internationalization for faculty. So, Hong's 2000 case study examines that exchange program between professionals from Hong Kong Polytechnic and the University of Warwick. This study likely explores the experiences and outcomes of these professionals as they engage in cross-cultural learning and collaboration between the two institutions. Next is internationalization for students. So, the first bullet means that Mahon 2007 suggests that teaching abroad programs can significantly contribute to the growth and development of new teachers. Lastly, we have internationalization for the institution. Egan and Benedict 2002 observed that international curricula at the tertiary level are often found within international business or IB departments and typically structured as IB courses or program. Blankenship et al. 2010 argued that international business curricula often lack sufficient focus on diversity issues. Otsumi 2005 suggests using advanced telecommunications like the internet to promote global education and peace. The idea is that by making education accessible across borders, people from different cultures can better understand each other, which can lead to more peaceful relationships. And now, we are done in the topics under curriculum development, foreign or international. To sum up all, in the Philippines, curriculum implementation is an ongoing process, notably marked by the shift from the BEC 2002 to the K-12 curriculum, aiming to improve education quality and meet global standards and local needs. Internationalization increasingly influences curriculum content, structure, and teaching methods. That's all for today's discussion. Thank you for joining and have a good day.